Hey, good morning. It's January 6th, 2016. Futures trading is not for every investor. It contains substantial risk. You can lose all or more of your initial investment. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results, and no representation is being made that any account will or likely is to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. In fact, there are frequently sharp differences between hypothetical performance results and the actual results subsequently achieved by any particular trading program. Um, with those out of the way, let's look at the markets. Global stocks hit by China worries. North Korea is testing again on some very scary things, blowing stuff up in their test fields. So the world stocks have fallen for a fifth day. Um, China's allowing its yuan to weaken further, and the sentiment today is still very, very low. Oil continues to move down. Let's look at the market profile. The charts. You can see that we've got a new weekly low in the ES. So it's an opportunity for a continued range expansion. And this weekly low comes on a gap down. This is about the strongest sell signal that you'll find. So anyone holding on to stocks in their portfolio may want to rethink that and get out now or when price retraces a little bit today, if it even does. But definitely, I'm thinking that this lower gap is definitely in my sight hairs. We might get a first bounce off of this initial gap line at 1946, but if it pushes through, it's going to race down to 35 like in an instant. Big opportunity here for a range expansion to the downside, but I definitely do see a little bit of a pullback today. We're traveling a little bit far from that 8 EMA. And let's get down to the daily and look for our trade ideas. We are definitely continuing the push down, but we did pull back a little bit. Here we're bouncing. I'm really looking for a pullback around 1997 or 2000, somewhere around here for a test pullback continuation. If it does just continue running, I mean, we'll just have to go with it and realize we've already broken into this level. So it'll be a fast run down to this bottom level of that gap. Take a look at the dashboard real quick. Yesterday, we had a little bit of choppy action. There was not any participation on my higher time frames for my tiered system. Let me explain the tiered system to you. This setting right here, I have it on the regular trading hour session. The program does it for me automatically. I keep my chart on 24/7 so I can see the price action, but my signals will kick in on these markets once the RTH session is achieved. And if you had just set it up on the core signal yesterday, you would have had some nice short 7-point opportunities. 5 points, certainly 3 points easily. Each one of these 3 points would have been working. Or you could hold it and scale in, like I think is the best move when you see the participation is in the markets. You can leave something running and not worry that the cycle is going to stop you out. That's why I have these tiers, and this is the price action tiers. It's not indicator tiers. This is price action, current high low, prior day high low, and my algorithms around that, allowing the price action to break when these candle bodies change. So it's algorithms to capture the change. If you want to see what the price action is doing all the way through, you can move this to a tier 3 or a tier 2 or tier 1 to get an idea of when to get in and out of these moves. I like tier 3 just as a visualization. Or what I'll do is I'll just leave it on momentum um, trend so I can see what the market is actually doing. You know, a lot of people would just like to see these green retracements. If you don't need to sit there and see every single one of them, put it on a tier 3, and that way you're good to go once it starts moving back in your direction. But of course, if you're going to be trading the regular trading hour session, you'll want to put it on your core. I have, of course, triggers that you can use if you're going short. You can just set your triggers up to automatically get you in a trade at one of these levels. If you leave it on momentum inflections, you don't even have to reset your indicator. It will reset itself to go long or short with the price action. Oops. So I see that I have another short signal, but I, as a trader, am not going to short yesterday's 127.2 without a retracement. I mean, I guess you could call this a retracement back up to 38.2. Maybe I should rethink this. Maybe we are going ahead with this push down. So it would be a good time to go ahead and put a trade in here. So my apologies. I do see that we did have a small retracement already in Globex to the 38.2. So this could be the huge trend continuation on that weekly push down, mea culpa, and this means that we're going to have a huge range expansion potential, and I will be looking for this 161.8 or the 200 to get hit. Mea culpa. It's too early in the morning. I didn't see that. You know, these candles are so confluenced that sometimes it's hard to get a bearing on where you are. And if we look, here's the retracement right here. So here was the down move. And the retracement. So it did hit, bouncing right here. So and heading towards this lower level. So I basically use price action and Fibonacci levels to trade to. Pretty standard stuff using the 8 EMA based on Josh Lukeman's book, The Market Maker's Edge. He recommends looking for the weekly chart to start out. And it's really good to start a trend, a new trend, when that weekly hits that 8 EMA, and then you move to your daily chart to get your trade ideas. So we see that we had a new weekly candle break, very strong. So we look at our daily for our trade ideas, and I've done that. I'm looking for my gap. I've got my Fibonacci levels, and I want to put a yellow in here as a warning to myself, because this is the gap line that's probably going to get the first hard bounce before it breaks down to the second level. But we didn't waste any time breaking through this level, did we? This is a very strong signal that the market's ready to push down in here. But on the other side of that, we are far away from that 8 EMA, aren't we? Which it likes to park itself on. So we just have to be mindful of this and watch our positions and make sure that we're on the right side of this 8 EMA on all of our smaller time frames, which we are, and that is evidenced. We don't even have to look at our charts because we've got it right here, weekly, daily, 60, 15, and all these markets. If we want to pull up the crude, I can see the crude is running just gangbusters. If we look at this weekly, it is just still going. I mean, this is a huge move down already. I don't know if we're at any. And we're just continuing the push down. This is just incredible. To find out where this likely will run to or continue running from, this is something that I think that you're going to freak out over. If you take this fib from up here, this pivot high, and take it to that pivot low, you can see that price gapped through. This is the level it gapped through. It gapped through the 61.8, came back up and tested it, and now it's running down. So this is just like a huge statement to the crude market that they're sending this down. This is going to go below 30, it looks like. Unbelievable. I might have to put crude back on my radar now that it's running again in the same direction. Conversely, gold has picked up because of that overnight move. We might have some opportunities trading gold. If we look at our weekly, we've got a new 8 EMA crossover, signaling this is an excellent, excellent time to get into the market, according to Lukeman. We're always looking for these. We want to close, though. So if the weekly can stay above the 8 EMA to close it out, 108.660, that's what we want. I have the 8 EMA on my oops, sorry. Big mistake. There we go. 1080.5. That's where we want to stay above 1080. And get that close. That's going to give us another big range opportunity. So I'll be looking to trade gold because that's going to signal the best, freshest time for that range expansion to occur. And I'll be watching and making sure that each one of these closes above that 8 EMA. And look at that one time framing up. This looks great. So I might be trying to get some gold trades off today. And sell. I mean, I'm going to be a busy girl selling the ES, the bonds. The money's moving into the bonds. They're going hog wild. Let me pull this down to the weekly, daily. I mean, all of these are now just, we had just been crossing up and down, up and down, up and down. Now we've crossed back up. The money's moving into the treasuries for a safe haven. I'm not sure I'm going to get involved as much on this. I mean, there is obviously some movement in this. It looks like it's one time framing up, but I think I could get as much bang for my buck with gold and selling the other instruments. So it looks like I'm going to be a busy girl today. I do have a couple of announcements real quick. I've been happy to report that I've been in communication over the last several days with Henry, who's created all these phenomenal indicators. For a long time, many people know Fat Tails from Big Mike's. He's moved on and opened up his own website where he sells a few indicators in his store, but he also gives plenty of free resources and free indicators, and is allowing me and has allowed me to use these indicators in my trading strategies. Right now, I've been using that super trend. because I've shown you how wonderful it is. If the market is trending, you want to use the super trend indicator as your stop to keep you in a move. That's for a trending state market. That's not every day of the week. This algorithm, by the way, I haven't shown it to you, is that it's an algorithm on the 8 EMA that I have filtered and smoothed my own, which I like a lot, just to keep me going where the price action is actually moving and keeps me out of choppy areas. But getting back to what I was telling you about Henry, I can use his indicators for my trading strategies, and I'm going to be building some strategies off his IB range bands. He's going to open the plots up for me so I can access them in my trading strategies. So if you want to look at any of these indicators on his website and you want to develop a trading system around this, and you need help, let me know. I'll be glad to work with you for an hour or two and get you going in the right direction to incorporate these free indicators in your system. Lizardtrader.com. Okay, and the other announcement is the trade room today. Wednesday is going to be my free trial day, so I'm going to open up the room for a free trial for guests to come in and check out the trading strategies I have built in Bloodhound that I'll have on my charts to show as examples, going through some of these markets and how they trade. So it's an educational training room and using Bloodhound and different strategies. So feel free to stop in and say hello. And thank you so much. Y'all have a great day. It looks like we have a lot of good opportunities setting up in the markets for money. So thank you.